Hope everybody's doing good. There's my little cat. We will have a tree here soon. It'll be all up. I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know what it's gonna look like. Welcome to the D. Louise book series. I'm Christina KRS TINA. This is where we read books and we talk about books. No special effects, no theme music, none of that fancy smancy stuff going on here. And I'm really horrible with thumbnails, so no one is paying attention to me. So if you could please spread the word that I exist, let people know I'm here. That would be so appreciated. And fingers crossed, 500 by Christmas. We'll see how it goes. I'd like to hit 1,000 by Christmas. I think that's a little stretching for a miracle. It would take a huge, massive miracle for that to happen, but we can always pray, right? Pray, cross our fingers, do whatever we can. So, please check out my Star Trek Next Generation recaps on Fridays, my If Then Friday afternoons. We got really busy with Christmas. And don't forget to check out Flashback Mondays, where we talk about all the books in this magazine. So if you're looking for a new mystery or a new sci-fi or a new paranormal, a new contemporary romance, inspirational, they're all in there. So we are on book 4 of Catherine Coulter's FBI series. Look at this sucker. Book 4, The Edge. Or if that's intimidating, you can go the small. So here we go. The Edge. One's yellow, one's blue. 1, 2. Looks good. What do you think? So this is book. Oh, this is easier to hold up. Book 4 in the FBI series. We have Sherlock and SAVICK. They are a married couple. And lots of spoilers here. I will not spoil the ending, but I will spoil a lot of the characters along the way. So we have Sherlock and SAVICK. Now, we started with the Cove with James, and he brought Dylan in for the computer stuff. And then we had SAVICK and Sherlock getting to know each other in books 2 and 3. Actually 2. Yeah, and then Ramsey was in book 3. We will see Ramsey again. And so this is Mac and Laura's book. But it is also Sherlock and SAVICK play a larger role towards the end of the book. So this guy, Mac, McDougal, or his name is Ford McDougal, but everybody calls him Mac, was in the military, and he had a little bit of a bad experience. So he has a little bit of PTSD, just a little, not much. But he is able to, he's dreaming, and he dreams of his sister. And he dreams of his sister driving off a cliff and committing suicide. And he dreams that, and he also dreams that there was a cop there who rescued her. So he calls the house the next day, the next morning, and her husband says, yes, that really did happen. Your dream is true. She did go over a cliff in the car, but she was rescued, and she's in the hospital, and she's in a coma. So Mac jumps on a plane, goes out to Edgerton, and tries to go to the hospital, sees his sister, tries to talk to Paul, her husband. Every time he talks to Paul, the husband, he gives Mac a different story. He comes up with all these different convoluted stories. Mac has to pull this stuff out like he's pulling teeth. An elderly gentleman gets killed. Why is this gentleman killed? What's his connection to XYZ? We don't know yet. Mac gets to know the community. He gets to know the local sheriff, and her officers in her bunch. But it's a really closed mouth town. They don't say much. They don't reveal much. There is a guy who's very, very wealthy who owns the town, kind of, sort of, and everybody does what he wants them to do. So you have to wonder if he's behind all these killings. And then there's this, I don't even know why I'm saying this, but there's this big party and a secondary female character comes into it, and she's on the fringes, but she has some issues too. But in the course of the investigations, Mac discovers they have a friend, supposed friend, and she's alive. And every time he talks to Paul gives him a different story about this chick. First, he says he was having an affair with her. Then he goes to the woman. He tracks her down. She's a librarian. And she's like, no, I was not sleeping with him. He's lying. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you mean by the fact that Jilly, his sister, the one he dreamed about, says that Laura betrayed her. And Mac is like, what is going on? What are the pieces? What am I seeing? His sister finally wakes up from her coma. He hangs out with her a while. He asks her questions. She lies to him and does not give him all the information, which is a really, if she had come clean first, none of this other stuff would have happened. But I guess that's because it's the plot of the book. So she wakes up and she's lying to him. So Paul is lying. They supposedly have this really happy marriage and they're not acting lovey-dovey. They're not even acting like they're friends. They're estranged. They can't stand to be in the same room with each other. And then she disappears from the hospital. What happened to her? Where'd she go? What's going on there? Mac tries to talk to the husband. They search the husband. They try and do a search of the place, and they're not getting anywhere. People are taking shots. They're trying to kill Mac. They're trying to kill Laura, because him and Laura get together. So they go stay out at a cottage that's owned by the rich guy, and someone comes and shoots up the place and tries to kill them on a couple of separate occasions. By this point, Mac has called SHERLOCK and SAVICK, and they have come running. There's some updates with SHERLOCK and SAVICK there. There's some personal updates that I'll leave that for you to read. A little bit of a spoiler there. So, we've got the situation with Jilly, the Mac's sister, the one that drove the car over the cliff, the one that was in the coma, the one that is now missing. Then we have the stuff going on with the husband, who is not divulging the real story. Every time he talks to Mac, he tells Mac an additional lie. First, he was having an affair with Laura. Then he admits, no, he did not have an affair with Laura. He was lying about that because of this other stuff. And, they want to know why the couple moved here. They had lived someplace else. They lived in a big city. They were working for a big corporation. Why did they suddenly move out of town to the small little Edgerton town with like 20 people in it? Why did they move here? What was the reasons behind? What were they working on? There's lots of questions that you do not know until the very, very end. And then all these individuals are getting killed. What did these individuals know or didn't? What did they see or know about that's going on here? So, let me just see what this, I used this one. I don't know what, I just want to check what this says. I said, I posted a note. Oh, he's in the hospital with his sister. And, so yeah, he's in the hospital with his sister. I've already been through that. So, we do all that. And, then Laura finally comes clean with Mac several chapters in, and apparently she is DEA and she's working undercover. So she's also got a story going on. And then, of course, the elderly guy. This is awful heavy to hold. The elderly guy, um, the retired cop gets killed. So why was he killed? What did he know? What did he see? Why did Jilly disappear after waking up from the coma? What is Paul hiding? What is he working on? What is the true secrets there? Um, Here we go. How's it going there, dude? How's my baby? My baby Smokey. My Smokey baby. What? You're not happy? So, to find out what the real story is on this, because there is, um, Mac doesn't trust Laura for a while, and she's got a bird and a cat that talk to each other. Well, the bird doesn't talk, but, um, so it's just, I took a lot of notes. Uh, Laura, like I said, Laura confesses that she's DEA, and it turns out there's a lot more going on there. So, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, I'm here. I'm here. Now she leaves. So, there you go. Book 4, the Edge, because it's Edgerton. That must be the house on the cliff that they rent that gets all shot up. To find out what happens with Jilly, Mac's sister, and her husband, and the town, and why are these people getting killed? What's going on here? What the deal is? What's the real reason? And one little hint, it turns into drugs. And that's a huge thing. But what's going on with Paul and Jilly? Are they still in love? Will they stay together? Will they end up in jail? What are they doing? Is it legal? Is it non-legal? It's all in the book. And of course, will Mac and Laura get together? Will they have a successful relationship since they've all both been with other people and working undercover and not telling all the stuff? And I mean, Laura's got to fess up to quite a bit. So we'll see what happens there. And also recommend the audiobooks. They're good. So please hit the like and subscribe and let me know I'm doing a good job. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed The Edge. And we got to move on to the next book. Hold on a second. I didn't hit that. The next one's really small. Riptide. Book 5. Tune in. Have a good one.